Well, would you look at that? 3 Sierra steam locomotives finally all together. It's a miracle. After how long have we been doing this? Probably close to 6 years now. 5, 6 years, something like that. Let's see, 2009. Okay, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years I've been doing this. Finally got 3 Sierra engines. In 1 year, I've added 2. So yeah, it took me like, what, 3.5, 4 years to finally get that 3 done. You know, she's not done, actually. But I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So 32 is pretty much the same as the last time you saw her, just graphited smoke box again. She's got some work I need to do to her. Like I was saying before, since I've had more time to work on the 30, since she has been giving me a lot less problems, the 30 has surpassed the 32 in detail. Just as since the 3 has been down, both 32 and 30 have surpassed her in detail. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the new cab is finally in place and finished. Looks pretty good, huh? I like it. It's got the little handrail as well. You can kind of see it. I have a lot of work I have to do to the 3. I actually just got her up and running again last night, so yeah, she was not happy to be awoken from her slumber. She was very cranky when I took her out for a test run. But some more lubrication working in and clean wheels should help her along. But anyway, finally 3 Sierra engines are running again. But even so, the 30 is probably going to be the main runner because I'm just so used to operating the 30. I don't know. So yeah, I have a bunch of detailing to catch up on with the number 3, but she is finally back in one piece, so I can finally focus on those details. Same thing with the 32. I'll get to her eventually. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But before we get to the 30, let's take a quick look at this new car. It's a UTLX frameless tank car, 6,500 gallon tank car. Made by Precision Scale. This is a kit. This is a plastic kit made by Precision. I just got this, let's say, almost 2 weeks ago now. It was a birthday present to myself, and it took me a few days to make it, maybe 4 or 5 days, but it went together pretty fast. It is not taking as long as some of my other kit projects I have going on. But it's pretty close to being finished. I had a couple setbacks. One of the steps was destroyed beyond repair, so I have to make a new one, but it shouldn't be too big a problem. And I still have to finish the decals on the ends of the car, but it does have some identification. So yeah. Now, in case you're wondering, this is the standard gauge version of the Blackstone Models UTLX frameless tank car on narrow gauge trucks. They were originally built as standard gauge cars, and then eventually, because they had such a long service life, they eventually converted them for use on narrow gauge lines like the Denver and Rio Grande Western. So that's why you see Blackstone came out with the narrow gauge version. Anyway, so I have the standard gauge version because those cars are very, very popular on the Sierra and the YV, the Yosemite Valley. They came on those lines fairly often. There's several pictures of them. So yeah, there's that car. Let's take a look at the 30. Again, not too much is new with her. Matter of fact, I really haven't done anything with this engine because I've been working so much on the 3 and whatnot lately. Well, let's take a look here. What have I done? Oh, I added the front coupler. When I say added the front coupler, I mean I installed a new Sargent coupler. Now, I was going to make a separate video to introduce my use of Sargent couplers. Try and get the damn thing to focus. I was going to make a separate video to introduce my my new use of the Sargent couplers. I'm switching over from KD couplers to Sargent couplers now because of the more realistic function. The 30 is my first engine to be equipped with Sargent coupler, and this tank car also has Sargent couplers. They work okay, but I don't remember if I mentioned before or not, but I guess I haven't, because I haven't introduced them until now. But I don't have a magnetic uncoupling wand just yet. I'm going to make one. You need a magnet to lift the pin out of the coupler in order for them to open. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that really works all that well, so I have to make my own. I have to make my own uncoupling wand just by using magnets. You can make them yourself. Although Sargent does sell an uncoupling wand, but both times I ordered couplers, I forgot to order the wand, so my mistake. Anyway, I'm going to make probably 2 or 3 of them just so that I always have one. Even if I go somewhere, I'll be prepared. I was going to say the Sargent couplers, as cool as they are, they're a pain in the butt. And to an extent they are, but once you get them working nice and properly, you've used them for a while, and you have the uncoupling wand, it really isn't all that different from, you know, using KD couplers with an uncoupling pick like I have been, because I clip all the glad hands off my KD couplers. So it really isn't all that much different. The 3 and the 32 both still have their KD couplers, and the 30 only has the Sargent coupler on her Pilot. So I'll get to installing the rest of them later. Only a few cars have Sargent couplers at the moment. Let's take a look here. I don't remember. I think Shay number 12 is still. She's still pretty much the same as the last ward in the shop. Maybe I think I just put the bell on there, and that's the only difference. The headlight is on there, but it's not glued on or anything. So yeah, it'll be a little while before I get to her. I'm gonna do some more detail working. I'm gonna do some more details on the 3, 30, and 32 before I get to the Shay. But the Shay is an easy project. Once the number 12 and the other 3 engines are done, or at least done to a certain point, then I will begin building Sierra number 28, as I have said before. This is one of those other kits I mentioned that is taking a little bit longer. It's actually pretty much done and it's ready for paint, but I have to get another car done, the Santa Fe BX11 car that I may have shown in a previous word in the shop, because I want to paint them at the same time. And here is one more kit that I've been working on. Anybody recognize this? It doesn't really look like anything at the moment, but that is Sierra Combination Coach number 9. It's not really a caboose, not in the time period I'm modeling it. So I just got this ye olde Huff and Puff kit. It's okay. I have noticed a few detail errors in detail with the car. Like, for example, it comes with a round roof. The car did not ever have one. It has an angled roof, it has a peaked roof, just like on the cupola. As a result, I cannot use the roof that it came with, and you see a styrene roof on there, although I'm going to replace that. I do not like the styrene roof. I also have to make a new cupola because I couldn't use the one it came with. I needed peaked roof cupola. So yeah, that's that. This one's going to take a little bit longer just because I need some scribed wood and I don't have any at the moment. It's Surprisingly, it's not easy for me to get. Sorry, I'm stuttering so much, but anyway. Yeah, so that's one more car I've been working on. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot. Not a whole lot's been going on lately. Just I finally got my 3 engines back together. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this month's Word in the Shop, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time.